saying you switch it, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. He was lit.
Back now on EA Sports at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. It's the Niners in possession of the football as we get back into the action in quarter number 2.
Not today, you are. Not today.
To throw is Murphy. A final shot before break. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete.
Offense.
Well, let's see who this is on. And since they still have 10 yards to go. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance? And got his man complete. The 20. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. 75 yards as his guys have now moved out in front. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And the return will stop right around the 25.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Flush to his right. Toward the pylon, caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 7 that time. Second goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good hit.
And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A great play there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Extra point right down the middle, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 30. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. He goes 95 yards to the house on the kick return as his guys are back within a single score. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. They run on first down with Jackson, and he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams' 45-yard line. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. From 3 yards out, and the Niners are able to stretch their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This will be fielded at the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll keep it on the ground. Win. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Receiver downfield. Offense.
Now those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
They'll begin the drive with Jackson on the ground. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Off the play fake. Murphy. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll run on first down. Jackson. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Murphy, off play action. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 6. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. He'll drop to throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go,
touchdown, 49ers! A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
2nd and 9 now. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams 1st down. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half, 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, with a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On 2nd down, Wynn. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. Past the 20. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously cost one.
but they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. 9 yards on the gain there, so he got half of it back, and it'll be 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Win. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from the first one and blew out the Seahawks.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. There defensively was John Johnson to knock it free. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Bust through the tackle. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Well, you said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. It will even out as the season extends because everyone will get used to the play speed. But right now, here in the early season, the advantage definitely goes to the offense.
A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. His throw incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Check 53 is mine. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you.
On 1st down, Win. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
54, right there, 54.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw. It's caught. Jones.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down, L.A. They'll set up to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. 2nd and 10. He completes it to Jones. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Nick Bosa and the 49ers are going to get the football back. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
You can't block me.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jackson. And he's taken down inside the 30. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Murphy now, off the play fake. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, already his 2nd touchdown here this opening weekend, as his guys continue to pour it on. Point after, right down the middle. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. Well, the drive starts with a completion, left side. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll drop the throw. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
They'll start here with Jackson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, this is Jackson. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Jackson. And he lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Now back to throw. And that's incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer